All right, Colorado, we are back. And it's time for us to continue your GM mode commentary with your Colorado Avalanche. Up here in the offseason of year number 5 after our embarrassing, demoralizing Stanley Cup final against the freaking playmaking Carolina Hurricanes, we have to decide how we want to improve this team so that we can march our way back to those Stanley Cup finals and take that extra step and bring Lord Stanley Cup back home to where it belongs in Colorado. So I was really looking at the team. I was trying to figure out how we could make this team better. And, it really sucks because our trip to the Stanley Cup finals, we were dominant. In the first round, the second round, the third round, we beat the President's Trophy winning team on our route to the Stanley Cup final. I mean, had we won that Stanley Cup, there would have been no question that we would have kept this team together. But the last 3 games of the Stanley Cup Finals, after we had 14 wins, we completely collapsed, allowing 17 goals in 3 games, and that means the captain of the Starship Enterprise, Calvin Pickard, Jean-Luc Pickard, whatever you want to call him. Let me bring up his stats here for a second. He's got to go. You guys have been calling for his head for a long time. I gave him the chance, and considering that he's 88 overall right now, it's the perfect time to trade him. We had him at 86 overall over the course of the season last year, and I think during the playoffs as well. He simulated great for us, man. I mean, look what he did during the postseason. A save percentage of .929, and that was up there at like .950 probably during the 14 wins. But then, like I said, the last 3 games, man, he just completely shit the bed. But there are definitely teams out there that would love to get their hands on a 29-year-old goaltender, 88 overall, that just had 14 wins during the playoffs. So a nice trading piece for us, and we have Ilya Samsonov and Gabriel DePenta coming up, and hopefully they get a good jump in preseason. We're going to run with these 2 guys, okay? So I looked at our team. I have these 3 players that we can trade away. This is where we ended off the video last time. I just want to go through who we have just to paint a picture for you guys, because there's going to be a lot of people that don't like this trade. All right, so we got Samsonov and DePenta as our starting and our backup. We have Fowler, and I hope Merkley grows to like an 88, 89, so he's going to be on the first line this year. So Fowler, Merkley, then Sanheim and Barry. I'm going to put Pouliot back on the top 6. He'll be first line power play, but he'll be top 6. So we got to find that defensive defenseman, the Scandella, the Mark Stahl, the player that we had last year. We still have to find a player like that. I don't believe we have any young players who will be like. Here's the thing, like Karpatsev and Emlin and maybe even Carlson, you could get away with playing them in the NHL next year, but we're not a rebuilding team. We're a championship team, right? So I want like a Mark Stahl, like an 86 overall player on that third line defensive pairing. So we have to get some D there. And then forwards, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not going to be holding on to Hayes, so that doesn't count. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the way I see it, we have 11 players, 5 defensemen. So we need a defenseman and we need a forward. Now it sucks that I can't show you guys the lineups right now, right? The way I see it, Maxime Comtois, Nolan Patrick, Clayton Clutch Keller on the first line. Tyson Jost, I'm going to give the chance to because, he simulates well with a lot of goals. He's going to play alongside Nathan McKinnon, Jonathan Drouin. Third line is going to be JT Kahn for Adam Henrique and the question mark, the player that we need to get. And the fourth line, Nick Cardilles, Frederic Gauthier, and Emile Poirier, right? So I've already done some pre-scouting. I know you guys would love it. I love it if we just went for like Connor McDavid or Sidney Crosby. We certainly have the trade value. But I'm going to make a trade that makes this team better, makes us a better contender for next year. And it's to the Calgary Flames. Okay, so the reason I'm trading to the Flames, first off, Calvin Pickard. They really want him. It sucks that I'm trading to the Western Conference. It's not our division. It could come back to bite us in the ass. But when you look at the goaltender situation over here in Calgary, they're desperate for a goalie. And they still have a bunch of good players on this team that are not young anymore. Johnny Gaudreau, all right? TJ Brody, Dougie Hamilton, Sean Monahan. These 4. Let's say these are your 4 core, or your core 4. Whatever. Your center, your left wing, and 2 defensemen. 26, 28, 27, 31 years of age. So Calvin Pickard, a 29-year-old goaltender, fits into this team perfectly, right? Now, who do I want back for Calvin Pickard? First, we have to fill the third-line defensive pairing. I'm not going to be taking Brody, not taking Hamilton, not taking Anderson. Eric Goodbranson, boys. 29 years of age, 2 years left, defensive defenseman, making $3 million per year, 84 overall. So the reason I'm going after this guy is defensive defenseman. I need a penalty killer. I just need somebody to play alongside of Derek Pouliot and then also to go in there on the PK. He's listed as potential exact top 4. He's only 29, so he's not going to be dropping for a few years. I can retain salary on him, and he's right-handed, so that fills up our defensive core perfectly. And then any of our young guns can be brought up just in case we need someone for injuries if they do happen. We didn't have a single injury happen last year. I don't know why. I didn't turn them off. So Eric Goodbranson's going to be in this trade, boys, okay? Don't worry. I know there's a lot of trade value coming back the other way. Now the forward. I need a third-line scoring forward that might have to move up to the second line if Tyson Jost doesn't work out, okay? So when you look at all their forwards, they got some good ones. Johnny Gaudreau, can't take him. Sean Monahan, can't take him. Brock Nelson, Sam Gagner, don't want them. There it is. Matthew Tkachuk, baby. 84 overall. He is, 23 years of age, a left-wing power forward, third-line scoring forward. So I figure I could put this guy alongside of Maxime Comtois and Adam Henrique, or put Tyson Jost back alongside of Adam Henrique and JT Compher, and did I say Maxime Comtois? I meant JT Compher on the third line. JT Compher, Adam Henrique, and Tkachuk, or Tkachuk could move up to the second line instead of Tyson Jost, right? Now, for anyone saying, why would Calgary trade them? Like I said, they need the goaltender to get this team into the playoffs. They've been playing horrible, and also they have some young guns that can replace Tkachuk. They have this guy, what is his first name? Matthew Strome, left-wing power forward. He's only 1 year younger. He doesn't quite have the potential, but he's 82 overall, and I'm not taking any of their real studs like this guy, C. Roberts, top 6 power forward. He's only 21, 79 overall potential. He'll probably get a good jump this year, and they had another guy in here. Hang on, let me see it. He was drafted this year or last. There he is. Yeah, a center M. Andronov. Who is he, from Russia? Oh, geez, I don't even know what that flag is. 62 overall center playmaker, medium elite. So I could go for a player like this, but what's the point, right? We're trying to make the Stanley Cup Finals. Tkachuk is definitely a third-line scoring forward at this point in his career, I should say. And if he grows, that's only good for us, right? He's a youngin'. So let me just get this trade going here. Hang on. Tkachuk. All right. And also, I'm going to try to get a draft pick. If they want to give them up, I think they do, because we have so much value here. Let me try the second-round draft pick from the Calgary Flames, okay? So Calvin Pickard for Eric Goodbranson, Matthew Tkachuk, and a second-round pick. Kevin Hayes is thrown in there for the replacement, so they're not losing a roster spot. They're getting Kevin Hayes right back, and Cole Lind I'm just going to throw in there to sweeten the deal, okay? So, and also, almost forgot to do that. Let's try to retain some salary on Eric Goodbranson, just in case mid-season we want to make a trade or two, okay? So you got Goodbranson, Tkachuk, and a second for Pickard, Hayes, and Cole Lind. Will it go through? No, it didn't, so I can't get the second. I think the value goes up there because I asked them to retain salary for Goodbranson. I don't necessarily need to do that, but I want to. A third-round pick, will it go through? I am happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the Calgary Flames. So thank you very much for your service in Colorado, captain of the Starship Enterprise, and good luck in Calgary. Holy shit, every single player on our team does not like that trade. So boys, that's all we're making. We still have our first-round pick. We still have free agency that we could acquire some players, but I've already done the pre-scouting. Like I said, this team made the Stanley Cup Finals last year. We dominated on our trip to the Stanley Cup Finals. I just want a better regular season, and then I want to dominate again and get to the Stanley Cup Finals and win that freaking cup. So I'm not making too many changes, but we got Goodbranson in there, and we got Tkachuk in there now, and I think this team, I think we can be successful. So, oh man, I got my fingers crossed for Merkley, though. We got to see a big jump out of him. So let's sim to preseason and see how this team looks for year number 6. Okay, so here we are, the first day of preseason. Now, before we take a look at our team, I just want to show you guys something. League settings, right? So I'm going to make sure that automated goalie rotations are back on, right? Yeah, because I turned them off for the end of the season when we were going back and forth between Pickard and Samsonov. So injuries are still on, right? I haven't turned that off. Period length 20, superstar, edit lines, there you go. Auto rotate goalies is on. So I've had injuries on this entire time. I didn't turn them off last year. What I did was, though, gameplay sliders, I turned it down 1 point. I think I found, the perfect point right here. If I go from 8 to 9, that's when you see the injuries pop up, every single, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. So it seems like that's the barrier. It's funny how they have like a scale from 0 to 100. It's probably only like 3 different options, right? Who knows? So I'm just going to leave it at 8, boys. I don't want all those injuries popping up again. If there's got to be at least one injury that pops up with just 8, right? So we're just going to do a test. We'll just leave it on. The important thing is that automated goalie rotations is back on. Now, Gabriel DePenta. Freaking Ryan Merkley. What are we going to see? You know what? I'm not going to look. Not looking. Go to roster moves. Hopefully these guys have gotten some good growth. That's what we need, all right? We got 2 more years to get this sucker done. So Samsonov, he is still an 87 overall, but that's fine. He's only 24 years of age, so he could still grow. And also, we had, what's his name? Pickard an 86, and he would fluctuate to an 87, to an 88. That's when we traded him. So if Samsonov has a good year, he may actually go up to an 89, just if his morale gets up there, right? So let's take a look at DePenta. DePenta's an 84, so that's perfect. So we didn't need to hold on to Pickard. Now we still have a good starter, and Gabriel DePenta's role is a backup. So this year, playing Samsonov as a starter and DePenta as a backup won't hurt their growth and will actually help us out for the simulation as well, okay? So that's why I don't have to have automated goalie rotations on or off. DePenta will get enough starts as the way it is. So Cam Fowler, Travis Sanheim, 87, he didn't grow. 25 years of age. Ryan Merkley, 87. Okay, so he grew 1. He's taking his sweet ass time. He certainly did not grow like, what's his name? Nolan Patrick. So, I like his stats. Okay, so the good news about Ryan Merkley's stats now, his passing and his offensive awareness have finally got to that base number of 88. I find like 88 is like the minimum acceptable number for a player that you look for offense out of, right? So he's got that defensive awareness at 88, offense awareness at 88, passing at 88. This guy, he's only 21 years of age, so he can still grow, right? Oh, I wish he was like 90 overall. Oh, man. Okay, so it's good enough. Derek Pouliot, Tyson Berry, and Eric Goodbranson. All right, so Karpatsev, you're going to go back down. Let me see about in the system here. Karpatsev, Carlson, Emlyn. Yeah, see what I mean? These guys aren't ready to play in the NHL just yet, so we'll leave them down in the AHL. All right, and forwards, Nolan Patrick, Nathan McKinnon, 91, 90. Was he 91 last year? I think he was 91 last year, right? So that's a base 91 now. That's not just a good morale 91. He's a base 91. We need a good year out of Nolan Patrick, man. This team, so freaking stacked. Jonathan Drouin, 90. All right, Adam Henry, Clayton Keller, 86. He was 86 he was 86 last year. Nick Deals, Poirier, JT Confer. All right, so Matthew Tkachuk stayed at 84. You may think that's bad. I got him because he's a third-line scoring forward. The reason his value was up there was because of his potential. The high top 6 spikes that potential, right? But I think if this guy has a good year, get a power forward on that third line with Adam Henrique and JT Confer, it could end up working out for us. Frederic Gauthier, 84. Look at this. Voloshenko, 83. Okay, so he's a depth forward. Offensive awareness is 90. Oh my God, passing is 93. What kind of season did he have in the AHL? And not dominating just yet. Some guys like Clayton Clutch Keller, if he was an 83 down there in the AHL, he would have like point per game, more than point per game. So, is there anyone down there in the AHL that I need to play? Voutilainen, this grinder that I got. Yeah, 4th liner already. His stick checking is 99. I wish that defensive category was just slightly better. That stick checking at 99 is nice. All right, we're going to play him down in the AHL, see if he can, on the first line, see if he benefits from it. Okay, so Jaskin, Voloshenko, you guys are going to go back down. I already have the team set. Looks like our AHL squad is going to suffer a little bit this year, boys. I'm not putting time into it anymore. This is the 3-year time frame to get this sucker done. All right, the AHL team has done its job. I've grown the players. I've grown our farm system. We've got to come through now, all right? So let me go. Yeah. I won't waste your time. Let me go ahead and do the line changes. Hang on. All right, boys. Here are the new lines for the Colorado Avalanche heading into year number 6. First line, we got Maxime Comtois, Nolan Patrick, and Clayton Clutch Keller. We're going to keep this line together. They simulate well. Second line, I'm going to run with Tyson Jost this year. The reason is, even though his overall is low, just the same thing as Clayton Clutch Keller. This guy has received no power play time and no top 6 time, and yet he's been a consistent 25 goal scorer, 29 goals. Okay, this year not so much. We probably really neglected him there. 27 goals 2 years ago and 24 goals last year with only 9 assists. So you know what? if he's got all that goal scoring potential, put him alongside of Nathan MacKinnon and Jonathan Drouin, both guys who can get assists. We're going to really load up with Keller and Jost in that top six, all right? Third line, JT Compher, Adam Henrique, and Matthew Tkachuk. So Adam Henrique has been our third line center for a while now. He's still listed as the exact elite, so it's perfect. He's not receiving any power play time now, though, so I have to keep an eye on his ice time. He's still got first line penalty kill minutes, but I wanted to give Joe's power play. We'll get there. And then the fourth line, Kerdiles, Frederic Gauthier, and Emile Poirier, okay? Defensively, you got Cam Fowler with Ryan Merkley. I'm hoping for a good year out of Ryan Merkley. We're going to have to wait and see, boys. I'd love to see him grow this year. Be 89 by the time the playoffs come around. Travis Sanheim, Tyson Berry, and Derek Pouliot with Eric Goodbranson. So righty, 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 lefty, 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 and we got that defensive defenseman in there. Special teams. Okay, so Nathan MacKinnon, Nolan Patrick, and Maxime Comtois. I did not weigh myself down, handicap myself with the Halifax Mooseheads combination. I split them up this year, okay? I want to make sure that MacKinnon and Patrick are on the first line power play, and Maxime Comtois gets a lot of points as well. So I'll go with him instead of Drouin, and I'll put Drouin both with Clayton Clutch Keller and Tyson Jost. See if these guys can really rip apart the second line power play. And Cam Fowler's playing with Ryan Merkley. So I'm hoping that Merkley and Patrick, all of our draft picks, can really just dominate on that power play, man. Four-man power play, I think, looks the same. Yeah, I gave Travis Sanheim some minutes. Penalty kill. Adam Henrique, Nick Kerdiles, Cam Fowler, Eric Goodbranson. So Goodbranson's getting his ice time right there. Ryan Merkley, even though he's an offensive defenseman, I wanted to go with him rather than Tyson Berry. We have two offensive defensemen, Derek Pouliot, Ryan Merkley, so we don't need to have one on the PK. But Ryan Merkley simulates well defensively, so I'm going to give him the shot, okay? I'm going to give him the shot. Hopefully our team is just in autopilot mode this year. So three-man penalty kill looks like that. Extra attackers, we got our two centermen, Nathan MacKinnon and Nolan Patrick. Shootout looks like that. And goaltenders, we got Ilya Samsonov and Gabriel the Man DePenta. Okay, and we're not going to worry about the AHL squad this year, boys. I didn't want to sign all the free agents. As I said, the time as the general manager of the Colorado Avalanche is coming to a close. I don't know when we're going to close it off. The 3-year time frame seems to be about perfect. I'd love to, oh man, I'd love to just win. I'd love to just win. I don't want to put a schedule ahead of me because then I'll screw up just like the Vancouver Canucks GM mode. All right, we're just going to take it year by year. Another good season for the tough Colorado Avalanche, who have a beautiful squad. This is one of the best squads I've ever built. I really like what we have. We have everything, man. And if you guys are right about Ilya Samsonov, you know, the final piece to the puzzle, you guys were ripping freaking Calvin Pickard the entire career, or the entire time he was here. Imagine the Calgary Flames going to win the Stanley Cup now. So I know I traded him to the Western Conference, which may come back to bite us, but only if we get back to the Western Conference final, right? Because he's not in our division. So preseason so far, 3-0. And hopefully that's a good omen. 3-1. I'm really going to be paying attention to the simulation this year, boys, because if we are on autopilot, I think we could take this sucker all the way up to even past the trade deadline, because I won't be making any trades. Yeah, we can, you know what? If everything goes according to plan here, boys, we can get this entire season done in this video so that we can have the playoffs for the next one, okay? But only if we're way above 500. There's no way in hell this team should not be a President's Trophy contender. And look at that, the first game of the season, a shootout loss. Oh, right, I forgot the nightmare that is the freaking Central Division. Our first 2 games up against Central Division opponents, and we lose. Hey, look at that, the first game against the Calgary Flames, we beat them 2-1. It wasn't Pickard's fault, he only allowed 2. So we got a long season ahead of us. Hopefully we don't have many injuries to deal with. Again, I'm not increasing it to 9. I'm leaving it on 8. EA Sports can get their shit together. But I guess we can talk about the NHL playoffs, right? The Toronto Maple Leafs playing the Washington Capitals last night. Yeah, that's a nice little thing to talk about, I suppose. Man, what a game it was. I knew it was going to happen as well. Just like the freaking Edmonton Oilers against the San Jose Sharks, you know? The young rookie team who has players who have never played in the playoffs before. You know, that first period, they're excited, they're going, they're a bundle of energy. They just want to get out there and score a goal for their family, you know? And then the second period hits, and they're up 2-1 or 2-0, whatever it was. And it's like, oh shit, wait a minute. We actually have the opportunity to win a playoff game, and then the nerves go to them, and then the experience of the veterans on the other team, you know, it just comes back. The Sharks did it with the Oilers, And the friggin' Capitals did it with the Toronto Maple Leafs. At a scouting assignment, yeah, we'll just send them back out there. But I'm still happy. I'm still proud of our young Leafs. We played well. And Anderson, what a game for him. I know he hates that second goal of the game. It was right underneath him. And Justin Williams, man. Justin freaking Williams. He always seems to come through. If the Toronto Maple Leafs, and this is a big if, can somehow get to a Game 7 against the Washington Capitals, who the hell do you think is going to get the game winner? I don't know. Number 14 in red, Justin freaking Williams. And that shot by Tom Wilson. Tom fucking Wilson. Everyone's laughing at us because it's Tom Wilson. It's a Toronto boy. It's always a Toronto boy who scores against Toronto. It was a short side wrister, man. It was a great shot. We can't really blame Anderson because had it not been for Anderson, we wouldn't have been in overtime, but you know he wants that back, man. Short side sizzler. Friggin' glitch goal, man. But the Toronto Maple Leafs, you know, we're fast. I want to see a better game out of Austin Matthews the next one. Mitch Marner's playing fantastic, but our young defensive core, man, that's going to be the reason why we lose to the Washington Capitals. And I know Toronto Maple Leaf fans don't want me to be saying that stuff, but how did we lose last game? It was Martin Marincin picking up the puck in the defensive end, and if that's like a Erik Karlsson, you know, one of the best, if not the best defenseman in the NHL. I'll let you guys argue in the comment section about that. He picks that puck up, skates around the net. He doesn't just wire it up the boards. And I know Don Cherry says, when in doubt, get it out. But that means you have to get it out. Martin Marincin turns, fires it off the boards, off the glass maybe, and it stopped right there at the line. I think it was Tom Wilson who stopped it, right? He stopped and walked into it, or it was somebody else and then passed it to him. I forget. But you got to be sure on that, man. You got to be that puck-moving defenseman. So I want to see the young Toronto blue line step up in those situations. I don't think it's going to happen, though. We're gonna falter. But it doesn't matter, boys, because we're in the playoffs, and I'm very excited. So, you know what? I haven't even been paying attention. What's our record? 17-9-2. All right, pretty good. Holy shit, the Dallas Stars, 21-6-2. So let's get to the end of this month. We'll take a look at... We'll take a look at the player stats, the team stats, all that good stuff. I mean, I've seen records like this where you could lose like 6 in a row right now. The EA Sports Simulation. The EA Voodoo. It's hurt us before, boys. It can hurt us again. Yeah, let's keep on going forwards for 6 weeks. Who gives a crap? We already got this team. This team could stay together for at least like 5 years. I mean, I don't think we're going to run into cap problems at all. The guys that we got signed to big boy contracts, I think they're going to want similar deals like Nathan McKinnon, Jonathan Drouin. I don't think they're going to want much more. $7 million, I think? No, I think I could probably get them for around 6. So Cam Fowler, you got to re-sign, but I could probably give him less as well. You could keep this team together for a long time. So the point is, we don't have to worry about scouting at all. But see what I mean? See what I mean with these simulations? Let me stop it right there. See what I mean? A little bit of a losing streak, and all of a sudden you're only 7 games above 500. And if you take into account that we're in the Central, let's see, where are we right now? Colorado. Okay, we are there. I thought we were below the Winnipeg Jets. The Colorado Avalanche are currently in 3rd in the Central Division, but 4th, 5th, 6th, and the 6th place Winnipeg Jets, the former President's Trophy, or the defending President's Trophy champions, they're above 500 as well, 20-15-1. So this entire division, man. So let's take a look at the player stats. The team stats, our captain, Nathan McKinnon, with 39 points in 36 games played. Real good. All right, so Colorado. We're just going to compare it to our division. Goals for per game, look at that. We are scoring, but so is the rest of our division. 3.58. Wow, the Dallas Stars, Chicago Blackhawks. 3.58 is great, boys. Goals against per game, 2.58. You know, it's pretty good, man. That is pretty good. It's not Dallas Star good, but it's better than the Blackhawks. It's better than the Predators, better than the Blues. Yes, it's second best. Okay, so we're playing well. What about a power play, penalty kill? Power play percentage is 25%. Woo-hoo-hoo! Really good. And our penalty kill is 88. Holy shit. All right, we're playing good. We're playing real good. Special teams is killing it. All right, so I don't know what I did, boys. The lineups are working, though. Forwards, Nathan McKinnon, 39 and 36. I split up the Halifax Mooseheads. You guys were correct. Kept them together way too long. And look, they're playing fantastic away from each other. Actually, let's see how many power play points they got. Yeah, they're playing away from each other on the power play. I'm just saying that because our power play percentage was 25. But you know what? They could be getting a lot of 5-on-5 points. What about Tyson Jost? Yeah. What about Tyson Jost power play goals? Let's see here. Only three, so three. So he's got 12 5-on-5 goals as well. Yeah, okay, so the second line might be doing pretty well. 39 points apiece for both. But the first line, point per game as well. Max, oh my God, he's an assist machine. 30 assists. We just got to put some goal scorers beside Max. I should put Tyson Jost and Clayton Keller alongside of Maxime Comtois, and then Nolan Patrick, Nathan McKinnon, Jonathan Drouin. That would be unbelievable. Nolan Patrick, 32 points. Beautiful. Tyson Jost, 27. Clayton Clutch Keller, 26. So these two guys are like tier 2. And then Matthew Tkachuk, +6. Beautiful. So the third line's getting it done. And the fourth line are all plus as well. Oh, yeah. This team's looking good. Now, Merkley. Is he simulating well yet? Is he simulating? Hey, that's good. That is good, boys. So he hit the peak of 88, or the bare minimum of 88 in the passing and the offensive awareness, and look what he's done. Last year, he was simulating only 21 points in 82 games played. All of a sudden, boom, 17 points in 36 games played. You see what I mean? I can tell, man. I've done enough of these freaking GM modes. I can tell when the base stats are looking good. And 88 for passing, 88 for offensive awareness is good. He can finally start to get those assists. So we can trust Ryan Merkley on the first line now, boys. All right? And, oh, this is going to be a good one. Let's see here. Ilya Samsonov, what kind of stats does he have? Save percentage of .917. Okay, so I mean, Pickard had save percentage like that before, boys, as well. All right, and 17-12 with a goals against of .249. So let me just quickly take a look at the Calgary Flames here. Pickard, .215 and a save. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. So would the team be playing better if I had Jean-Luc Picard, the captain of the Starship Enterprise, still on our team? Oh, man, this is the forever question that plagues general managers, you know, what to do. It's all easy in hindsight. Oh, shit, am I losing my voice? Hang on a second here. I'm going to go for a drink. All right, I'm back. So a record of 20, 13, and 3. Let us keep simulating all the way to the trade deadline. Oh, man, boys, my voice is gone. My head is not in it right now. I think I only had like 4 hours, 5 hours of good sleep. Drinking last night, watching the Leaf game. It's been a while. I've lost my voice from shouting when we score goals. Shit, I'm not on top of my game right now, boys, but we gotta power through, all right? This is the, what's it called? The repercussions of playoff hockey. It affects your lives. Oh, my head is a spinning right now. So if I'm goofing up, if I'm tripping over my words, it's because I am hungover. All right, so we're still playing pretty well, though. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4-1. 5-1. Beautiful. Keep it up. 5-2 in our last 7. All right, so I'm pretty sure we're on automatic. I just want to get to the trade deadline. Right now, our record is looking great. 10 games above 500. We're winning all of our shootout and overtime wins as well. Our regulation losses could be a little bit lower. Like I said, I'm very worried with this game because it almost seems like every team that I play with is due for like a 5-game losing streak in regulation, all right? Not even like a loss here, overtime, then another loss, then a shootout loss. No, 4-2, 3-1, 7-0, crazy shit like that. But the good thing that I like about the team stats is that our power play and penalty kill are up there, and we've never been able to do that. And it's always been a question, you know, you guys have been saying that, we're a really disciplined team, so we don't take that many penalties, and that's why our penalty kill sucks, because the game has to simulate and get goals somehow. So if you're not taking a lot of penalties, it's still going to give you the same amount of penalty kill goals or goals against, right? But that doesn't seem to be the case this year. We're still a good disciplined team, and our penalty kill was up there. So we may have found the right combination here, boys. And Ryan Merkley on the second line penalty kill, he might actually be able to get it done. And good Branson, right? Maybe good Branson is just like a penalty kill beast. Who knows? So 30, 18, and 3 for your Colorado Avalanche. Big game against, yes. I want to see those divisional wins. All right, yes, back to back. And they were in regulation as well. Take that, Nashville. Take that, St. Louis. We are the perennial powerhouse of the Western Conference now, boys. How many years in a row is in the playoffs? Year 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 years in a row we've made the playoffs. What was it? 2 first-round exits, 1 second-round exit, and a Stanley Cup appearance. Hell yeah. Oh, and look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-1 in our last 7. Oh, yeah, this team is playing great. 7-1 in our last 8. And there was hell yeah, we're going on winning streaks. We're keeping the losing streaks away. A loss there to St. Louis, but you could almost say we're already in the playoffs. 16 games above 500. Oh, I love to hear that. All right, boys. So, the Colorado Avalanche are going to simulate past the trade deadline here. We don't have to worry about a damn thing. I do want to take a look at the player stats, though. We don't have to... fuck it, I'm taking a look at the team stats as well. Holy shit! I'm swearing like a sailor now. Look at the Dallas Stars, 37, 20, and 4. I thought for sure we'd be good enough for top of the division. This damn the Central Division, man. Even when you think you're doing good, there's still someone better. So Gabriel Landeskog, oh man, we swept them last year in the first round. Not good, not good. So goals for per game, 3.58, the best in our division. Goals against per game, 2.59, the best in our division. Oh yes, boys, we are simulating. Power play percentage is better than one quarter, 27. So better than a quarter of the time we're scoring on the power play. Oh, if we can draw 4 penalties in a game, we're going to score 1 on one of them. That's a real good power play. And penalty kill, all right, so it's not 88, but 84 is still the best in our division. Let's take a look at the entire league here. Is Dallas at the top? Holy shit, Boston, Carolina, the freaking Carolina Hurricanes, man. Those goddamn playmakers, how are they doing it? The Stars, the Islanders, what the fuck? 36, 20, and 3, and we're freaking 7th? I guess we got some games in hand. That's insane. Goals for per game, 2.58. All right, so is that the best in the league? 2.58, boys. So we're the best goal-scoring team in the NHL, so it's working out for us. Goals against per game, 2.59. We are the 5th best team in the NHL. Okay. Interesting. I like the stats the way they are right now. Maxime Comtois, see point per game? 63 points in 59 games played. Oh, I'm loving this team right now. 63 and 59. Nolan Patrick, 62 and 59. So the first line is simulating well, and so is the second line. Nathan MacKinnon, 59 and 59, and Jonathan Drouin, 57 and 59. And then Clayton Clutch Keller, he came back, 20-goal season, and see Tyson Jost, 24 goals. See what I mean? It's like these guys are the goal scorers. Clayton Keller can get assists, so that's why he's still playing with Nolan Patrick, because Patrick's a goal scorer. But then Tyson Jost, we're getting assists, mad assists from Jonathan. Maybe I thought of Jonathan Drouin as the wrong kind of player. Even though he's a sniper, he is an assist machine if he's on the right line. I mean, when did we acquire him? 16, 17? It was like, no, we didn't use him on that season. He was still on Tampa Bay. Yeah, it was this season that we had him with Jonathan Drouin and Nolan Patrick. 50 assists, 43 assists. 47 assists, and then I guess I just didn't play him in the right spot. I put a pure goal scorer alongside of him. He's got 40 assists in 60 games played, basically. Okay, so 5 years of experimenting, 5 years of figuring out who can play with whom, and we are just killing it now. Adam Henrique, all right, so he's gonna be the one who takes the hit, and the reason is because he's not on the power play. But he's not angry with his ice time, so I'm fine with Adam Henrique just being a great defensive player for us. What's his name? Matthew Tkachuk, 22 points, plus 3 on the third line. Beautiful. JT Compher, same thing. And then the best fourth line in the NHL, getting it done still. Defenseman. Let's see Merkley now. Merkley, 21 assists. Yep. So he's only going to get better, boys. That's why I still got Derek Pouliot. Even though he's on the third line defensive pairing, he's on the power play because he's our assist machine. Oh, baby, we've got the team here, boys. I got everyone. Everyone's loving their ice time. Everyone's in their right position so that we simulate well, and bravo. Bravo, boys. Ilya Samsonov is doing his job. Even if, Pickard is simulating better, a 920 save percentage is fine by me. 29 and 16. Beautiful. And what about DePenta? Woo, we're seeing some growth out of DePenta as well. All right. Everything is coming together in this season, boys. So let us simulate to the end. Let us get past the trade deadline here and take it up to the end of the season and see if these Colorado Avalanche can win their first President's Trophy. So we'll take it to the remaining 8 games. Yeah, sure. Right up to there. Holy shit. The last 3 weeks are like 4 weeks. They're all the exact same. We play on a Sunday, we play on a Tuesday, we play on a Thursday, we play on a Saturday. All right, so we'll go up past the LA Kings game to the Toronto Maple Leafs. All right, so can the Colorado Avalanche get themselves into President's Trophy contention? I can tell you this: we got to stop losing games in regulation right now. If we go above 25, it's over. There's no way in hell. Even if you go above like 22, because usually President's Trophy winning teams, they don't even go above 20 regulation losses. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna throw the President's Trophy out the window here, boys. I don't think it's going to happen. If we can get some help from other teams. Look at this. We can't score goals now all of a sudden. Shootout win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 games in a row where we scored 1 or less. The best goal-scoring team in the NHL. Come on, boys. What? I didn't make any trades at the trade deadline? Oh, now we're starting to shit the bed. What did I say? See? There's always at least one point in the season where you're due for, like, just a horrible losing streak in regulation as well. A loss to Nashville, lost to Pittsburgh, lost to Boston, lost to St. Louis. Shootout loss to Philly, fine. There it is again, lost to Columbus. Let's see, Nashville, another loss. I feel like this is the losing streak right here. Thank God we got the games early. And I don't care if we don't make the playoffs in a good position. As long as we're in the playoffs, we can get back to the Stanley Cup. All right, so here we go. Win against Nashville, nice. Edmonton Oilers, they're a shitty team. There you go. All right. Now get back on a winning streak. There you go. 3 in a row. All right, we're getting up there, boys. If we can have a 100-point season, I'm fine with it. The President's Trophy is already gonzo. Let's just make sure that we're in playoff contention. Could you imagine if we fall out? That'd be horrible. So 91 points. Yeah, we're 11 points ahead of the Chicago Blackhawks. Now, if we can stay above the St. Louis Blues, we get home ice advantage. But, we can actually catch the Dallas Stars. I don't know how many games played they have, but we have, 8 games remaining, 16 possible points. Certainly enough games left for us to tie them up. So, you know what? Let's just go for some W's here, boys. Just get some W's. Just get some wins. 8 games remaining. Try to get, at least 5 wins and maybe some overtime losses. All right, 5-2-1. I would be fine with that, all right? So the final 8 games of the season. Let's go by 4. Toronto Maple Leafs up first. They look to be a playoff team. Decent record. They're going to beat us in regulation. Not good. New York Rangers, we beat them 5-2. I couldn't see their record. Detroit, we beat them 2-0. Good job. Let's get into the playoffs on a winning streak. All right, boys. So it's good news. The Colorado Avalanche clinched the playoffs with 5 games remaining in the season. And a big loss there to the Dallas Stars. So I think Dallas is going to take the division. Unless they've really been shit in the bed. Yeah, they're 6 points ahead of us. So we just got to stay above the St. Louis Blues here, okay? So they're 93 points. Do we have any games left against the Blues? No, we don't. So let's just go 2 games against the Jets, and they're trying to catch us as well. There's no way they can catch us, right? The Winnipeg Jets, and they still have that lethal offense. Kyle Connor, Mark Scheifele, Patrick Laine, right? So 2 games remaining. Let's just go up to the last game of the season against the Vancouver Canucks. Will they play spoiler for us? All right, we whooped the Winnipeg Jets. Nice. Let's see here. Are we ahead of the St. Louis Blues? Have they caught us? We're 2 points ahead of the Blues. So those 2 wins against the Winnipeg Jets have vaulted or allowed the Chicago Blackhawks to vault into a playoff position. Now the Blues, can we not beat them, but can we beat them in the division? Come on now, Vancouver, don't spoil this for us. I want home ice advantage, baby. Last game of the season, the Colorado Avalanche in Vancouver, they lose it 4-1. So not the greatest end to the season. Let's see. And our locker room chemistry, I wish that was a little bit higher for the simulating. Okay, good. So even though we tied with 99 points, seems like we have the better regulation plus overtime wins category. Oh, there's still some games here. Hang on a sec. No, there it is. So in year 6, we have a date against the St. Louis Blues once again. So the team that beat us in year number 2. The team that beat us in year number 3 is the team that we have to get by to get back to the Stanley Cup final in year number 5. You know what? It makes sense. If we're going to win that Stanley Cup, we got lucky last year. We got by the Dallas Stars, the Jets, and the, who was it round number 3? Oh, shit, who was it in round number 3? I forget, but it wasn't the Blues, right? So the St. Louis Blues, if we're going to win that Stanley Cup, these are the guys who have wrecked us in the playoffs. We got to get by our rival. All right, so it's setting up for a good storybook ending here. So, boys, let's take a look at these player stats. So I guarantee you, the fact that we started losing games towards the end of the year, our players came back down to earth, but because of the great first half, they're all still going to have respectable seasons. So Nathan MacKinnon, 74 points, our captain, in 82 games played, 29 goals. Great season. Maxime Comtois, 73 points, 57 assists. Great season. Nolan Patrick, 73 points, 45 assists, 28 goals. Great season. Jonathan Drouin, 73 points, 24 goals. Great season. So you have those 4 players, 2 on each of the first 2 lines that are all 73 points or above. That's a great 4 players in your top 6, all right? You guys wanted me to trade Jonathan Drouin away. We just got to find a sniper to play alongside of him. Clayton Clutch Keller, 65 points, but 27 goals, okay? Tyson Jost, 53 points, but 30 goals. So even though these guys, they didn't have the point totals that, well, I mean, they almost did, right? But they had the goals. This is why I have them. They have the goal scoring ability. Adam Henrique, only 29 points, but again, he's the defensive player. Matthew Tkachuk, 27 points. JT Compher, all right, all these guys, everyone chipped in this year. We have no one on our team has no, there's not one player who doesn't simulate well. Even our fourth liners are in the 25-point range with more than 10 goals. I mean, everyone is simulating well. Derek Pouliot, 48 points. Ryan Merkley, there it is, boys. And he's 88. He jumped to an 88. Beautiful. All right, so, and his defensive awareness up to 89. So we are starting to see the beginning of Ryan Merkley, the top 2 defenseman. He's 21 years of age, so his career is still ahead of him, right? Took a little bit longer than we wanted, but look what he can do for us now. 12 goals, 38 points. Same thing for Cam Fowler, 12 goals, 38 points. Those guys are great line mates. At goaltenders, Ilya Samsonov, .920 save percentage. 36 and 22, beautiful. And DePenta, not the greatest season. Not the greatest season, but he played as a backup. Now, hang on. How did the Calgary Flames look? Pickard, 28 and 21. They should have played him more. Why do they play Robin Lehner so much? What the hell? Save percentage of .924. So, I don't know if he made the playoffs or not. If he didn't, I apologize. Sorry, Pickard, but we had to move on from you. So I think it was a good decision to move on. I think those trades ended up working, boys. Good Branson and Tkachuk. You guys let me know. Is there anything else I need to take a look at? Player stats? You know what? Nah, screw that. I'm not looking at the player stats. Fuck it, I'll take a look at the player stats. It's been a long video. I'm trying to convince myself to end it. Like I said, I got other shit to do today, other videos to get up, and I got a hangover. But you guys want to see it? I gotta get it done. So here it is. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, hopefully we don't have to face the Winnipeg Jets. Once again, their simulating is off the charts. 109 points for Patrick Laine. Same thing with the, Chicago. We don't want to face them either. Looks like they're playing Patrick Kane, Jonathan Toews, and Artemi Panarin together. Friggin' Mitch Marner's up there at 100 points. Look at all these 100-point players. Woo-wee! All right. So we don't have any of those 100-point players, but we have an entire team. Morgan Riley, 79 points. Morgan Riley had more points than any player on our squad. And goaltenders... goalies. Oh, geez. I thought, you know what, I thought it was going to freeze. I've done a lot in this video. If it freezes, I'm fucked. So I'm ending the video right now, boys, and I'm saving it, all right? Playoff tree for year number 6. There she blows. And it doesn't look like Calvin Pickard got into the playoffs, so it's not going to come back to bite us in the ass. So in the Eastern, but you have the Carolina Hurricanes, the playmaking Hurricanes going up against the Penguins, the Flyers against the Islanders, the Maple Leafs versus the Red Wings, and the Boston Bruins versus the Capitals in the Eastern Conference. And in the Western Conference, you got the crafty Canucks versus the Chicago Blackhawks. That's a good series for us. Let the Canucks and Blackhawks go at each other. The Sharks versus the Kings. The Stars versus the Jets. That's another, you know what? This is a good playoff setup for us. We got to whoop the assholes that kicked us out in the second year and the fourth year. And the tough teams, the Stars, the Jets, the Canucks, and the Blackhawks are all facing each other. This is the year to get it, boys. This is the year to get it. Be sure to check out our website, 2bcsports.com, where the hockey talk continues. Find myself and others in the live interactive chat, or dive into the active forums to talk about sports and gaming. You can also find us on Twitch, where the live streams come to life.